Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs. So, today, thankfully, we have something amazing to talk about in terms of dinosaurs. So there is indeed dinosaur news and we will talk about that in just a moment. But first I would like to point out that we have reached 17,000 subscribers, which is totally amazing. I am totally happy. Today I'm in a good mood. It was my birthday recently, and it's all totally awesome that you guys continue to support me with your wonderfulness and your views. And hello Poseidon, you are a beautiful creature. So yes, not only have we reached 70,000 subscribers, but I thought just for the fun of it, I would check to see how many minutes, how much time total does YouTube estimate that our subscribers have watched our videos. And of course, people who have not subscribed yet, but they should. And the answer to that is approximately 70 years of real time. Yeah, 70 years. So that's older than my mother? I guess that's something to be proud of, that I at this point in my life have reached a point where more than my mother's age and years, people have watched my videos, which is pretty enlightening actually. I'm trying to figure out how can I break these glass blocks without inadvertently putting water everywhere. I think this is exactly 1 block thick to like hold them out. But I'm a little bit worried. Oh well, if something goes terribly wrong, I can just patch it, right? Right? Maybe. Let's break this and see. Oh, it looks like it's okay. Okay, so good. Good so far. Alright, so I think I trust this for now. So anyway, the wonderful dinosaur news that came out, which when I saw it I was like, oh yes, we can talk about dinosaurs, thank goodness. When I saw that I was very happy. It's about a parrot dinosaur. Some of you may have already read this news. It's pretty big on Reddit at the moment, I guess. Is this safe to break? Yes it is. Very nice. So it's about a parrot dinosaur. I'm going to totally ruin this thing's Latin name because I don't speak Latin at all. But according to Wikipedia, its Latin name is pronounced Psittacosaurus. The Psittacosaurus, it's about 2 meters long, which is 6.5 feet for those of you in the US, and 20 kilograms, which is about 44 pounds. So it's another one of those dinosaurs where basically, if you want to imagine how big it is, just imagine a really freaking big turkey. Just imagine like a really long, fat turkey. And that's about how big it is. It's not really that tall. It's probably about half the size and height of a human being. Is this safe? Is this safe? Maybe. It is! Very nice. Okay. But I'm pretty sure this is not safe. Do we really need like a huge open area in here? Like a huge roof? I think our dome may be like pretty decent as it is. Can I break this? Yes. Alright. How about this? Yes. Sort of afraid every single time I try that. This is definitely not going to work though. I know there's water right there. But yes, so the Psittacosaurus, or the parrot dinosaur, the parrot lizard, as it's called in its Latin name, it lived about 100 million years ago, which was in the Cretaceous period, mostly in China and over Asia. We have over 1,000 specimens, I believe, so it's a pretty well-known species. Well, there are actually multiple species of this particular family of dinosaurs. It's pretty large, actually. There are lots of species, at least like 10 different species that I saw various pictures and reconstructions of. Let's see if we can break this. Yes. Okay, we're good. How about here? Yes. So there are lots of different species of this, but I gave you the dimensions for the size of the most well-known species, the one that we have the most specimens of, and the most well-known. It's called the parrot dinosaur, by the way, because its mouth is shaped sort of like a beak. It looks very similar in the reconstructions, at least, to a parrot, and if you look at the skull, actually, the skull itself looks like a parrot's head, just a little bit. So I can see why they call it the parrot lizard, the parrot dinosaur. Let's see, is this safe to break? Yes. Very good. Sort of a little bit worried. Okay. But anyway, since this thing lived primarily in China and over Asia, it makes sense that the people who are studying it would probably be Chinese researchers. Actually, China is amazing for paleontology. There are like tons of things that come out of China for dinosaurs especially. Like, pretty sure Archaeopteryx and several other early birds came from China. So China's an amazing place with lots of good researchers in paleontology. So, can we say that this is done? Can we say that this is done? Maybe. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep these corner pieces or not. I think they look kind of nice. I think I want to keep them. Hello, Poseidon. So this is what this viewing dome is for, checking out Poseidon's underbelly, I guess. And all of the squids that he eats constantly. But yes, so the primary researcher who did this research, by the way, his name was Qi Zhao. And he did this as part of his PhD thesis from the University of Bristol, I believe? Yeah, the University of Bristol. So, essentially what he did was that he wanted to find out about these dinosaurs because it's thought that these dinosaurs, I guess at one point were two-legged dinosaurs, were bipeds essentially, like theropods are, like T-Rex and raptors and such. But, the bones of various ages, babies and adults, were sort of odd, so he wanted to... Oh, I wonder where Neptune went. Oh, poor Neptune. So what he wanted to do was he wanted to do some studies on the bones by essentially taking sections of arm and leg bones of the Psittacosauruses from 16 specimens, I believe, he borrowed from a museum. And essentially... Series is huge. Essentially what he ended up discovering was that between the ages of 1 and 4, and you can tell how old dinosaurs are from their bones, sort of like you can with trees. It's sort of funny actually, the bones, they have like rings of bone cells that they make, and they get larger as they get older. So actually it's pretty similar to tree rings. Oh, he's still in there, very good, the new little velociraptor. So... I realize that we're talking about the Parrot Dinosaur at the moment, but I also wanted to point out that I'm not going to be naming the Velociraptor, the new one, just yet. I want to give you guys a little bit more time to offer some more names down below in the comments, so do let me know what you would like to name this little baby Velociraptor, and I will check out your comments as usual. Continuing on with the talk of the dinosaurs, he found that between the ages of 1 and 4, the arms of these dinosaurs grew very quickly. They grew much faster than the legs did, and according to his study, it seems that this was happening because the babies run around on 4 legs. So, that's sort of, imagine like a little parrot dinosaur scuttling around on 4 legs, because it's tiny and it's cool. And so that happened, but however, when he got to the ages of like 4 to 6 years old, the bone growth rings changed dramatically and the arms stopped growing that quickly. And instead what ended up happening was that the legs started growing very quickly. They had a growth spurt, as it were. Those of you who are maybe between the ages of 9 and 14, you probably know what growth spurts are, and you probably know what growing pains are. Something like that happened with the dinosaurs, and their legs grew very, very quickly. And the reason that he thinks that is because... Actually, I think while I'm discussing this, I'm going to go through all of our dinosaurs and talk about which dinosaurs we have in their names and such, because we haven't done that in a while, and a lot of subscribers seem ignorant of what dinosaurs we do have. So let's just start off with our first dinosaur, Bartholomew. He is a T-Rex. And moving along. So the Parrot Dinosaur. The Parrot Dinosaur, its legs grew very quickly between the ages of 4 and 6, which seems to suggest that at this point, it stops being quadrupedal and starts to be what Qi Zhao is basically referring to as secondarily bipedal. As it grew up and became an adult, it became a bipedal dinosaur. Which is very interesting, because evolutionarily speaking, it would make sense that dinosaurs don't just go from being quadrupedal to bipedal overnight or anything like that. It makes sense that there would be some sort of transitional stage in between, where perhaps the little dinosaur babies would start off being quadrupedal and then would become bipedal as they grow. And indeed, the growth spurts seem to indicate that this is exactly what happened. So that's very cool from an evolutionary perspective. This dinosaur, well, it's not a dinosaur, it's a marine reptile, It's of course in Minecraft Dinosaurs, but it is a marine reptile. It is a plesiosaur, and this plesiosaur is named Odysseus. Beautiful in orange. I would like a blue plesiosaur, but I'm not really sure if Poet Plays just did that in his files himself, or if that's an older version of the mod, or if I just haven't hatched enough plesiosaurs to be lucky enough to get a blue one yet. We should go ahead and go to sleep because it is nighttime. But yes, so that dinosaur news is definitely cool for me, and I'm very happy to see more research coming out of China. I don't know if you guys know, I sometimes talk about my life living in Asia and having lived in multiple Asian countries, but when I lived in China, needless to say, it's pretty obvious that plagiarism and various other problems like that are sort of a big problem in China. Like, really. Plagiarism is, like, a huge problem in China. And because of this, a lot of research coming out of China isn't really good research, and it can't be trusted, and all sorts of problems come along with it. So, I'm very happy when I see legitimate research that's being backed by other paleontologists and stuff like that coming out of China. Any research, really. It makes me really happy, because China is fulfilling its potential as a nation that can do science instead of, you know, just cheating off of people and lying about results of experiments and such. We should... I think... What came next? Did the mammoths come next? I can't remember what we actually ended up getting in order. But yeah, so the fact that Chinese researchers are studying the Psittacosaurus makes me very, very happy, and I support them in that. Here we have our mammoths. Mammoths, as you know, they were running around during the Ice Age and before that. And we actually recently found a carcass. I talked about this in another episode. We found a carcass in Siberia of a mammoth that actually still has blood? Liquid blood, in fact. It's questionable just how much DNA we're going to be able to get out of that, but this is a very good thing for possible future cloning attempts. I'm very excited. Our mammoths are named Octavia and Hephaestus, because they're awesome. Over here, also, I forgot, Charles. Please tell me Charles is still here. Yes. And Strawberry? Yes, very good. Okay, so this red sheep here, he's been with us from the very beginning, I think. I haven't talked to him in a while, actually. His name is Charles. He had to be encaged because, actually, he was running all over the place. He ran away constantly and actually almost got himself killed by drowning, going under the water into a cave. An underwater cave, actually. And eventually, one day, he found himself a nice little friend who may possibly one day bear him a child, or maybe Charles will get pregnant. We haven't decided that. It's a little bit strange. My subscribers have strange ideas. But nonetheless, this is Strawberry. Strawberry was named by Suiting. Thank you very much, Suiting. And those are our sheep. Many of my subscribers still want me to get a baby going on in there somewhere. We'll see about that. This is Andromeda. Andromeda is our cat. It took forever to get Andromeda, the hardest pet I've ever had to get. This... Your name is Hachiko, right? Hachi? Or did we name you Hachiko? I can't remember. Yes, just Hachi, alright. Hachi, who is named after the famous dog Hachiko, which is, of course, a very famous dog from Japan. Go to Shibuya Station in Japan if you don't know who Hachiko is, and touch the statue like I did. Amazing, amazing time. We, at one point, had a pig monster over here. His name was Hades, but since he's a monster, he despawned. And I don't know how in the heck Bastet is the name of this particular saber-tooth. Or, what are they called? Mitrodons? Oh, I can't remember the other name for saber-tooth cats. But anyway, Bastet is right there. I don't know how she got out of her cage, but the rest of our saber-tooth enclosure is over here. And this guy's name is Balthazar. I'm actually sort of amazed that I can remember all of these names. Balthazar is permanently sitting because we actually got him when I used my other ID, and I changed Minecraft IDs, and I can't actually control him on this ID. So, he is forever sitting, forever sitting. Also, over here... are two of our stegosaurs. We actually have another one that's in a different area, but these stegosaurs were hatched as an attempt to get red stegosaurs back when I thought that I could use nether brick to hatch red dinosaurs, and that was clearly wrong. So we have two extra stegosaurs. One's name is Vulcan, and the other's name is Asteria. And they make amazing sounds, and I love them. Actually, at the end of this, I think we're gonna run around on our train track, since we haven't done that in a while. You can see Ceres from all the way over here. Ceres is absolutely huge. We even built a tower so we can run up there and say hello to Ceres. Ceres is our gigantic brachiosaur, which, I mean, there were plenty of sauropods, but I guess brachiosaurs maybe, other than people calling them long-necked dinosaurs, probably the best known name for sauropods, I suppose. Over here we have Achilles, the large velociraptor, and the currently unnamed baby velociraptor, which is over there. You can sort of see it. There it is right there. You can let me know in the comments below if you would like to name that velociraptor. I will be checking, as usual. And the most popular and the name that I like the most, they end up winning. Usually really cool names. All of these dinosaurs have really cool names, in case you haven't noticed. As well as our other marine reptiles. This is actually a dinosaur, another stegosaur named Sebastian. We had a wild plesiosaur named Neptune, but who knows where Neptune went? Neptune disappeared. This is our mosasaur, which is not a dinosaur, a marine reptile, but very awesome nonetheless. Mosasaurs are cool. If you don't know about mosasaurs, you should totally read about them on Wikipedia. And over here we have our Triceratops. We have two of them. Oh yes, our dead Icarus, our pterosaur, as well as Spiky, our very first stegosaur that died. Oh, sigh. I believe the names of our Triceratops are Apollo, the green one, perhaps? Yes, Apollo is the green one, and Selena is the brown Triceratops. Three horns, as they are known in the Littlefoot series, The Land Before Time. Petrie, oh, someone offered the name Petrie for our new pterosaur, Daedalus. And I smiled a lot. I don't know if I replied to them or not, but Petrie was the coolest. Well, he wasn't a dinosaur. Pterosaurs are technically flying reptiles, not dinosaurs. They're not part of Dinosauria. But yes, pterosaurs are amazing, and Petrie was an amazing character. If you guys don't know about that, lots of you are actually probably too young, now that I think of it. Those of you who are like 10, you maybe have never seen the Land Before Time cartoon in your lives. Those of us who are in our mid-20s, we grew up on that. You should totally watch Land Before Time. It's totally heartwarming. Very, very heartwarming. And here we have two Dilophosaurs. One is named Vladimir and the other Nikolai. They're Russian. I don't know why they're Russian. All of our other dinosaurs are named after Greek and Roman gods. We have some named after planets or dwarf planets like Ceres. But, oh, and we have, like, an Egyptian cat god for our saber cat down there, Bastet. But here we have two Russian names for our Dilophosaurs. I don't really know why that ended up happening. But yeah, cool stuff. So, for those of you who are still watching, I need some more ideas for projects to do. I think what we're going to do very soon is we're going to upgrade to the new version of Minecraft Dinosaurs for 1.5.2. The problem with that is that we're probably going to lose all of our dinosaurs. Like, really, we're going to lose all of them. They're going to disappear. And it's going to be a sad day. I don't really want to do that. However, I hear that the new version of Minecraft Dinosaurs has Spinosaurs, and I will totally talk about Spinosaurs and Ankylosaurs as well. Ankylosaurus, it's hard to say. I totally want to talk about Spinosaurs and Sea Spinosaurs, so we may end up upgrading, and I'm going to be sad if we end up losing all of our dinosaurs. But some things must be done to keep the series alive and interesting, so we'll definitely look into that. But other than that, any other special ideas for large projects that you might like to see, I would very much appreciate that. Because now we have our dome, we have a giant tower. The only other thing I can think of that I haven't done yet... Actually, let's jump on the tracks, because I want to do that. The only other thing that I haven't done is make a very large... Whee! Oh, come on. Go. There we go. The only other thing that I haven't done, as far as I know, is make a very large, very large fenced-in area, release all of my dinosaurs, or possibly put a lot of eggs down to get like a free-roaming dinosaur park going on. Or I could make the gates to Jurassic Park. I don't really know how I would make the gates to Jurassic Park, but I could try to do that. So that would be interesting, I guess. Any other large projects that you can think of, please let me know below in the comments. I can't really think of anything else for us to do this episode. I hope you enjoyed the new... Ah, no, the creeper. I forgot the creeper destroyed this. Ah, man. Oh, that is so disappointing. I have to fix that. Why didn't I fix that earlier? Ah, man. Ah, man. Sigh. Alright, anyway. Oh, thank you so much for watching this episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs. Be sure to come back for the next one. My name is Megneous, and I will see you next time.